Hi guys, it's Natassia here, and in today's video, I want to talk about what is self-love. I feel like during my self-love journey, I've learned a lot, especially as I've been practicing self-love consistently every day. I've learned that self-love means a lot of things, and it's not always what we see at the surface level. So that's what I want to talk about, what self-love means to me. What is self-love? It can mean a lot of things, right? But to me, self-love starts with knowing that you're not perfect, that you have flaws, that you have faults, and yet you choose to love yourself anyways. You may not always be the prettiest or most handsomest in the room, but you still feel confident in your own skin. You may not be the smartest person in every room, but you don't think of yourself as lesser than if there's somebody who knows more than you. You don't feel the need to put yourself down because you don't reach a specific standard that someone else or you have personally set for yourself. You can acknowledge somebody else shining and thriving without feeling the need to put yourself down. You can acknowledge someone else's shine without diminishing your own, because you understand that we're all different. We all have different talents. We all come in different shapes and sizes. And so we should not be expected to be like everybody else. Self-love is a roller coaster ride. There's a lot of ups, but there's many downs as well. It's not always an easy path. There's always bumps along the way. Not every day is easy, and some days it's harder to see the light, to see the good. And then there are those days where light and love just flow through you and pour out. And those are the days that we know we have to hold on to and put it in our pocket to look back on later in the future. Self-love is not loud. It's not always in your face shouting, "Hi, I'm here, I love myself." It can be, but mostly it's calm, it's peaceful, it's warm. It can be quiet, serene. It feels light, like a weight has been lifted off of you and you can just carry on going through life lightly as you walk. Self-love is feeling and knowing that you are complete. It's a feeling of wholeness within ourselves, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of hurtful things that other people have said to you. You don't need someone else to complete you. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed or put back together because you've always been whole. We as humans, we go through difficult, traumatic, and hard times. You're just a human who's gone through hard times in life, but that doesn't mean that you're not a complete person anymore. You're just somebody who's been hurt, who has felt hurt, but you have never been broken. You have always been whole, and you recognize that. And speaking of feelings, self-love is not being happy all the time, because that's just not attainable. It's impossible. Emotions are meant to be felt, and there are many of them. Sadness, guilt, anger, joy, excitement. Self-love gives us permission to feel the spectrum of emotions that we have available to us and not be ashamed of them. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel angry. The difference is knowing that you are not defined by your emotions. You can feel them and let them go just the way they were meant to be felt. Feelings are fleeting, they come and they go, but you should not feel shame, and you don't associate negativity with certain emotions. It's just a whole spectrum that we're all supposed to feel every once in a while. Self-love is enjoying your own company. You recognize that you can be alone, but not lonely, that those two things don't necessarily go hand in hand. You appreciate the time with yourself. You look forward to time with yourself so that you can have time to unwind, to understand yourself better, to let your creativity flow, to reflect on your emotions. It's a beautiful thing when you can be alone but completely content with yourself. Self-love is recognizing your flaws, but also knowing that you are so much more than them. We're not perfect. We understand that. We are imperfect creatures. You don't need to hide your flaws. You don't need to pretend that they don't exist, and you don't need to feel shame around them. It takes a level of self-awareness, which comes when you start practicing self-love and understanding yourself better. Who are you? What are your wants? Not what people want you to be or think that you should be, but what you truly want. And when you get to that place, you can look from the outside in and understand your flaws, but also know that we all have them. And we know that we can always work on ourselves. But if you hate your flaws and you're ashamed of them, then how can you grow and be comfortable in your own skin when there's a part of yourself that you're still ashamed of? You accept your flaws, you work on them, you acknowledge them, but you know that there's so much more that you offer as a human, as a person, than just those portions of yourself that, yeah, maybe they're not perfect, but in the end, they make you, you. And in the end, self-love is authentically you. Showing yourself to the world as you truly are. No pretenses, no facades. This is me. This is what you get. I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. There's no need to package yourself so you can be more palatable for everybody else, because there's no shame in being you. And you understand that in order to inspire others and to help others feel more comfortable being themselves, then you need to be authentic. You need to be happy just being yourself, and understanding that maybe not everybody will like you for it. Maybe not everybody will like the true you, but it's impossible to make everybody happy, and that's not what you're here for. And in the end, you will find your people, your tribe, those who will sing your praises, those who will always be there for you and appreciate you for being who you truly are. And that is a connection and a community that is so much more important than bottling yourself up so everybody else can like you while never truly accepting yourself for who you are I think that to me is the most beautiful thing that has come from my self-love journey, is just truly understanding, who am I? And is this what I want to be doing? Am I being true to myself? Am I being true to my values? What even are my values? Those are such important questions to ask yourself, and they do come up on your self-love journey. And sometimes they're uncomfortable questions to ask, but they lead us closer to truly accepting and understanding who we are. And with that, we start to love ourselves more. I hope this video inspired you or motivated you if you're on your self-love journey or are thinking of starting to practice some self-love. You are worthy of your own love. If there's anyone in the world that deserves your love, it's yourself. Like, we were born into our bodies, we are stuck with ourselves for the rest of our lives. Everybody else can come and go, but we are the remaining constant in our lives. So why not show ourselves the same love that we give freely to everybody else? I've learned that that's the most important relationship of all in my life, is the relationship that I have with myself. So I hope this can encourage you to continue practicing self-love, or start practicing it. Like I said, it's not always an easy journey, but it's such a worthwhile one. I 100% look back at my life and I know that I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't start taking those steps over a decade ago. Thank you so much for watching this video. I post videos about self-love and fashion on my channel every week, so you can go check those out as well. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Love you.